The Russia-Ukraine war is one of the most significant global conflicts of the 21st century. This war is affecting not only Europe but also the political, economic and security systems of the entire world. In this video, we will understand this war in a simple way: its background, its beginning, major events, and the current situation. Both Russia and Ukraine share a deeply connected history. Both countries were once part of the Soviet Union, which collapsed in 1991. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, Ukraine became an independent state. However, relations between Russia and Ukraine did not become fully normal. Russia has always wanted to keep Ukraine within its sphere of influence, while Ukraine gradually moved closer to Western countries. One major reason for this conflict is NATO. Ukraine began strengthening its relations with the European Union and NATO. Russia considered this a threat to its national security. Russia's position was that NATO's expansion was reaching its borders, which posed a strategic threat. This disagreement became the foundation of a much larger conflict. In 2014, a major event took place. Russia took control of Crimea, a region of Ukraine. Russia justified this action as the result of a referendum. However, Ukraine and Western countries declared it illegal. At the same time, armed clashes began in the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine, which continued for many years. After 2014, the situation kept worsening. Ukraine further strengthened its relations with Western countries. Political tensions between Russia and the West increased. Military activity increased along the borders, and distrust in the region continued to grow. This period was essentially the preparation phase for a larger confrontation. On February 24, 2022, Russia launched a full-scale military invasion of Ukraine. Russia called it a special military operation, stating that its goal was to demilitarize Ukraine. In the initial phase, Russia attempted a rapid advance, especially toward the capital Kyiv. Russia expected the war to be short, but that did not happen. Ukraine put up unexpectedly strong resistance. Along with the military, ordinary citizens also joined the defense effort. President Volodymyr Zelensky refused to leave the country and continued leading from within. This resistance became a major turning point in the early stage of the war. Russia's initial strategy assumed that Ukraine's government would quickly collapse. However, reality turned out differently. Ukrainian resistance and defense strategy turned the war into a prolonged conflict. As a result, the war shifted from a quick operation to a long-term war. Immediately after the war began, the world responded. The United States, the European Union, the United Kingdom, and other countries imposed strict sanctions on Russia. Russian banks were cut off from the global financial system. Billions of dollars of Russian assets were frozen. At the same time, Ukraine received financial and military support. This war has also affected the global economy. Energy prices increased. Wheat and food supplies were disrupted. Global markets became uncertain. Since both Russia and Ukraine are major agricultural and energy suppliers, the impact was felt worldwide. This war has become a new type of modern warfare. It includes drone technology, missile systems, cyber attacks, artillery and tank warfare. It is a combination of conventional and modern warfare. The biggest impact of the war has been on human lives. Millions of people have been displaced. Many civilians were forced to seek refuge in other countries. Cities and infrastructure have been heavily damaged. It has become a major humanitarian crisis. Even today, the war has not fully ended. In some areas, fighting continues, while in others, front lines have stabilized. Attacks and counterattacks continue from both sides. During the war, various countries and organizations have attempted peace efforts. There have been several negotiations and ceasefire attempts, but a lasting solution has not yet been found. This war is no longer limited to Russia and Ukraine. It has transformed global politics, changed Europe's security policies, and divided the world into new geopolitical blocs.